Hey guys, Kevin here, Life22, and we are reading Otto's Tales. Today is Christmas. Now today is not Christmas, but we're doing a prep for Christmas. And the kids wanted to listen to this Otto's Tales. This is another classic from PragerU University.
Can I turn the pages?
Maybe.
He can eat them.
Otto's Tales. Today is Christmas. You guys ready for the story?
Yeah!
Ruff, ruff. I'm Otto. It's almost Christmas. In homes all across America, trees are covered in ornaments and twinkling lights. Families come together to celebrate. But first, it's time for another big adventure.
Yay! Otto's and Tails are going on an adventure.
Yay! My best friend Dennis climbed into his father's big red leather chair. It's our sled, he said. Can it be our time machine? I asked. Yes, Otto. We can use it to go back in time and learn about Christmas. Ho, 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 I barked. Here we go. Zoom! We flew in our sled to the first Christmas night. Whee! This is fun. Be sure to hold on tight. What?
I just have to go back.
Okay, go back. We arrived in a place known as Holy Land. A special location, said Dennis, as I reached for his hand. A big bright light lit up the midnight sky. It looks like a star, I said, pointing up high. We came upon 3 wise men who appeared to be kings. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh? I thought myrrh was a color. Oh, okay. They carried along with other things. They introduced themselves as Melchior, Gaspar, and Balthazar. Long had they traveled, following that big bright star.
Parker, do not charge my Nerf gun.
Together we walked as far as our feet were able, till we came across a young family resting in a stable. Who's that? I asked, pointing at a newborn baby boy. Gaspar said, we believe that's our Savior. His birth fills us with joy.
I'll check on my finger.
Melchior said, we followed that star up in the sky so bright. It led us to the baby called Jesus on his first Christmas night. Dennis said, thank you for teaching us about this special day. We've learned so much, but we must be on our way.
Yay! Tails! Otto's Tails! Who's that?
Which one?
Baby Jesus! Jesus! That's Jesus, right? That's baby
Yep.
Jesus! It's baby Jesus! No, it's not Jesus, it's baby Jesus!
Jesus.
Baby Jesus! Jesus!
GS.
Jesus, right?
We said goodbye and exchanged some pleasantries. Then zoom, we flew forward a full 3 centuries. We saw a man there walking on the street. He looked like a bishop with a robe down to his feet. He grinned to himself as down the street he strolled. Into an open window, he tossed a bag full of gold. The bag landed in stockings hung by the fire. His generosity was truly a thing to admire. He said, I'm helping the poor by giving them gifts. That's why I came to be known as Saint Nicholas. Oh, I'm sorry, you kids want to see that. And so do the folks at home.
I can see. Yeah,
St. Nicholas almost gave the Pope his hat. St. Nick, I asked, are the stories about you true? He replied, some say they're legends, but I'll share them with you.
I like legends.
I created the stocking stuffer, he said with a smile. Dennis added, that's a tradition. That tradition has lasted a long while. We bade him goodbye, got into our sleigh, and off we flew. We zoomed forward to 1962. What?
Run.
Okay.
Look. Hey, Daddy.
Hey.
What does 4 and 3 make?
When you say and, do you mean 7? Do you mean like plus?
Yeah, plus
Okay.
7. I mean,
We landed at the White House and saw a big Christmas tree. Otto, there's President John F. Kennedy.
me.
Daddy shouted two small children,
Parker.
and into the room they raced. They ran to the president and wrapped their arms around his waist.
Hey, Daddy.
Lachlan, head up. Mr. President, we said, how do you do? We're Dennis and Otto. It's an honor to meet you. Welcome to the White House, said JFK. We're getting ready for Christmas, a very special day. Dennis said we're traveling through time to learn about the Christmas season. Parker.
No, oh no, come here, Parker.
Guys.
Almost done.
He's hitting you with a cup. Calm down.
Otherwise.
Shh. Dennis said we're traveling through time to learn about the Christmas season. It seems important, I said. Can you tell us the reason?
Who is that?
It's John F. Kennedy. If you were listening to the story, he was the president from 1962.
What? Who is that? I don't know who that is.
I just said, it's John F. Kennedy.
Oh. That one is just gonna be over.
The children's response was instant. We get gifts and sweets. There's popcorn and candy canes and lots of other treats. Presents are nice, their father agreed, but there's more to this day. It's a special time for families to gather and worship and pray, said his wife Jackie, entering gracefully through the open door. We must also remember this time of year is to give to the poor.
Hey, stop that, Clint.
I love the Christmas season, said Dennis, and I'm a Jew. Really, I asked. So the phrase Merry Christmas doesn't exclude you? Not at all, said Dennis. I say it frequently. In fact, all the time. What's more, another Jew, Irving Berlin, composed White Christmas and even made it rhyme. Oh, you were trying to learn rhyme with Berlin. Is it Berlin?
No, it's Berlin.
Okay. I asked, it's only Christians who celebrate this day. Christmas is a national holiday for all Americans, answered JFK. Dennis said, boy, is it ever true. So let me say a very Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry
when it's done. Because we're all enjoying it. Thank you, Mr. President, said Dennis. You've made this evening so bright. Again, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Then we got into our sled and zoom! Ho, ho, ho! Off we go and back to Dennis's room.
I can see. Stop it.
Lachlan, get your finger out of your mouth. Lachlan, get your finger out of your mouth. That was my favorite adventure yet, I barked. You say that every time, Otto. Well, I loved learning about Christmas. It's an incredible story, said Dennis. Going back 2,000 years from the Holy Land to almost every country in the world. Guys, we're reading a book. Yeah, we can push afterwards, okay? Plus all those presents and tasty treats. That's true, Otto. But more importantly, Christmas is about faith, family, and charity. You mean giving to other people, I asked? That's right, Otto. Giving to others brings out the Christmas spirit in everyone. I love the Christmas spirit, I barked. Me too, Otto. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, ruff, ruff. We love our history. Christmas. The day Christians celebrate the birth of Jesus. On this day, people enjoy traditions, sing carols, and exchange gifts with their families and friends. Holy Land. The area in the Middle East where many important events in Jewish, Christian, and Muslim history occurred. Jesus, a Jew, lived his entire life in the area. 3 wise men... Stop picking your nose, Lachlan. I don't care. Stop picking your nose. Lachlan.
Stop picking your nose. I'm going to make you not. I'm going to force you.
3 wise men. 3 individuals sometimes called the Magi, who Christians believe traveled very far to worship Jesus when he was born. Some believe their names were Melchior. I think I'm getting that wrong, Paul. Gaspar and Balthazar. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Myrrh?
We'll just slam some myrrh later.
Yeah. The gifts that the 3 wise men gave to Jesus. Gold is so precious metal that is used to make jewelry and money. Frankincense and myrrh are substances from trees that release a pleasant scent when burned as incense. They are often used in religious ceremonies. Jesus, a religious leader from the Holy Land in the 1st century, who Christians regard as the Son of God and Savior of all who believe in him. Although he was at first a carpenter from Nazareth, he began preaching about God's kingdom according to the Christian belief. He was crucified for his sins of for the sins of humanity, and 3 days later arose from the dead, thereby conquering death. Lachlan. Well, it can't be over if you keep interrupting it. Saint Nicholas, a Christian bishop from Greece who lived in modern-day Turkey from 270 AD to 434 AD. Legend has it he would anonymously throw bags of gold coins into windows of the poor. The coins supposedly landed in the shoes or stockings that were drying by the fireplace, giving rise to Christmas tradition of the stocking stuffer. After Nicholas died and was declared a saint, his popularity and positive Christmas message spread across Europe. Some believe he is Santa Claus. John F. Kennedy was the 35th President of the United States from 1961 to 1963. He was the youngest man ever elected president and was very popular. Jacqueline Kennedy, who was the wife of John F. Kennedy and the First Lady of the United States. She began the tradition by selecting a theme for the official White House Christmas tree in the Blue Room in 1961. In a second, Lachlan. I'm not done yet. Irving Berlin, a Jewish-American composer, songwriter who wrote many famous... Quinn, can you please keep it down? A Jewish-American composer and songwriter who wrote many famous songs for musicians and movies during the early ragtime and jazz periods. Two of his most famous songs are White Christmas and God Bless America. There, Lachlan. You can see.
Wait, is this the end of it?
Almost. PragerU needs your help. You can help keep PragerU videos free and our kids' book available at a low cost by making a donation at PragerU.com/support books. Learn more about PragerU's K-12 grade educational initiative at PragerU.com/kids. About Otto's Tales. The Otto's Tales children's book series features young Dennis and his beloved bulldog Otto in thrilling adventures that educate children about America's history. Created for young readers, the Otto's Tales series is a fun, meaningful, and easy way to bring your family closer together while passing the values and lessons that make America so prosperous and free. Celebrate America with your children as they learn about our nation's true past. Take pride in America's glorious history and carry our shared values into the future. Collect the other books in Otto's Tales series and learn about American holiday traditions. No, we're not almost done, Malcolm. We're trying to read this, okay? American holidays, traditions, values, and fun, imaginary tales. Some of the greats like Martin Luther King's Day, President's Day, just to name a few. See you in our next adventure. Love, Otto and Dennis. So thanks, guys, for listening to us during our reading of Otto's Tales, A Christmas Day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Merry Christmas!
Merry
Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Oh.
Yeah! Okay.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.